Before Megan, before Ex Machina, before Afraid, before a whole lot of other movies that I just don't really care about.
Now, I think out of that list, I may care about Ex Machina the most. However, I do care about this movie we're going to talk about today, which is 1993's Ghost in the Machine. Ghost in the Machine from 1993 is a techno horror film directed by Rachel Talalay, known for her work on Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, and Tank Girl. The movie taps into the early 90s fear of technology and the unknown potential of computers and networks. It blends horror and science fiction elements, creating a story where a killer spirit is transferred into a computer system, enabling him to continue his rampage in a digital form. This movie's great. This movie's a fun one. This movie I remember watching as a young boy. It was a blockbuster Friday night. Go get Little Caesars pizza Friday night. This is one of those, I got the VHS somewhere. I don't know where I put it. It's far deep down in there. I don't feel like looking for it right now. But I rewatched this movie the other day because it was such a fun movie as a kid, and I have it on VHS. It's one of those movies that's like, I don't ever see it on Blu-ray. Remember when Shout Factory used to like actually put out movies that like were hard to find and then like made an audience be found with that movie? Yeah, I remember those days and I miss those days. Can we get back on track, Shout Factory, please and thank you. Make Ghost in the Machine be an exclusive. Give me a 4K. Give me a Blu-ray. Let's go. Anyway, let's talk about this movie. The story centers on a serial killer known as the Address Book Killer, who targets his victims by obtaining their addresses from their personal contacts. After a car accident leaves him severely injured, the killer's consciousness is transferred into a computer system during a medical scan gone wrong. Now existing as an electronic entity, he continues his murderous spree by manipulating electronic devices from microwaves to electrical appliances to kill his victims. The protagonist, Terry Monroe, a single mother who becomes the next target after her address book is stolen, must find a way to stop the digital killer before it's too late. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, dude, Carrie Allen's in this movie, and Carrie Allen is most known for her role in dun, 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 Raiders of the Lost Ark. I would say, maybe she's known for bigger roles. There was actually a movie I watched like the other day. Oh, what movie was that? Oh, I'm drawing a blank. But like she's got some there's some scenes and I was just like, damn, like Carrie Allen was a babe. She still is a babe. That's that. But we're actually going to talk about like my true, like real true crush from when I was a kid, just in a little bit that's involved in this movie. I don't even know what the woman's name was that was in it, but we'll get there. Anyway, Ghost in the Machine is a classic example of early 1990s technophobia, depicting the fear of how technology could be weaponized and the perceived dangers of electronic and digital advancement. Unlike traditional slasher films, Ghost in the Machine explores horror through non-corporal means, with the killer existing as data capable of manipulating any connected device. Terry's determination to protect her son, Josh, is a central element, adding emotional stakes as she navigates the danger posed by the killer. Felt like this was like the first like digital movie where it's like, we're all gonna die because of technology. Y2K, no. I'm that old where I lived through that and the chaos that ensued in 1999. We're like, we're all gonna die right when the ball drops, and we're still here. 2024, we're still here. Let's talk about some fun little trivia on Ghost in the Machine. Rachel Talalay had previously directed Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, and brought her experience with surreal, fantastical elements to Ghost in the Machine. This influence is evident in the film's creative death scenes, which have a surreal, almost slasher film quality. I remember being a kid and like some of the death scenes in this movie are actually a lot of fun. Like the microwave scene, the dude like he's get all bubbled up and stuff. Like it was pretty fun. The one scene that hurt my soul the most when I was a child, I guess we could talk about like a little crush that little young Jay had when he was in 1993. Was just like, that girl she's everything. No, spoiler alert, she dies. No, I want to look up who this girl even is. This woman, not a girl. At the time she was probably like early 20s, but woman. Anyway, Siobhan Durkin, what are you up to these days? Call me. No. Dude, Siobhan, sorry. Yeah, she was, oh my lord. Can we talk about this? Like, there's this really weird moment, but like as a young boy, I totally I get it, because as a young kid, we've all been there. Once again, it was the 90s. Get over yourself. But we've all been there. There's a scene where like the two, when she's babysitting the main character and his best friend, but the girl, him and the friend, they're like, oh, like, you know, can we see your breast? And she's just like, oh yeah, I'll show you, and like totally just shows him like bra and on and whatnot. As like a young kid, you're just like. But as an adult watching this movie, I was just like, it's so weird, but also it's like, I don't think I was ever in that position, but it's just like, as a kid, you're just like, oh man, I don't know why we're talking about this. Anyway, next up, next piece of information, it's time back into the trivia. For its time, the film featured what was considered cutting edge special effects to depict the killer's movement through electrical and computer systems. The portrayal of digital technology was ambitious, showcasing early 90s interpretations of cyberspace and virtual capabilities. Watching this movie as a kid, you're like, whoa, the effects are so cool and crazy, dude. But then when I was watching it just now on VHS, I mean, not that it holds up or anything, but I'm like, okay, it works. But like, if this movie was on like a Blu-ray or 4K, it would look pretty bad. But like back then, yeah, the visual effects were pretty dope. The movie used a combination of practical effects and early CGI, which was innovative for the time. The filmmakers utilized physical set pieces to create the appearance of appliances and electronic devices behaving malevolently. Yeah, there's another. What is it? I think like Wes Craven made like another type of like, if I remember correctly, I haven't seen it in so long, but Shocker. I think that like Shocker and like Ghost in the Machine, if I remember Shocker correctly, that would make like a really solid like double bill, because it was just another one of those like killer dies, killer goes into machines or, you know, technology and kills people, blah blah blah. Sorry, I had my little Tony Clifton moment there. The score for Ghost in the Machine was composed by Graham Revell. I don't know if I'm saying that the Graham Grame. I don't know. I'm not a YouTuber, and it's just, I apologize. But anyway, this isn't my day job. Known for his work on films like The Crow and From Dusk Till Dawn, his music added to the eerie and suspenseful atmosphere, enhancing the film's techno thriller edge. Graham Revell, they did a few movies when I was a kid, but when I was revisiting this movie, it clicked. I was like, oh, like that dude did this score, and this score's nothing like, I don't need it on vinyl or anything like that, but yeah, it's a good time. While not a massive hit, Ghost in the Machine helped pave the way for later films in the tech horror subgenre, such as The Net from 1995, Pulse from 2001, and Fear.com from 2002. It introduced the concept of a killer existing within and manipulating technology, which would be explored further in later works. Yeah, like as I said, there's so many of these movies nowadays, and like some of them are good, some of them are fun, some of them are just, I don't care to watch ever again in my lifetime. But I feel like a lot of people tend to, I think the whole AI thing, I mean, it's just, you know, that's just what movies do, you know, it's fear mongering at the end of the day, you know, let's make this AI movie and just make people think that this is what it's going to do, or let's make this technology movie and this is what tech's going to do. Whatever's booming, whatever people are so like just unsure of, that's what Hollywood does. They just put more fear into our brains, and nothing winds up ever happening. Also, that Ghost in the Machine was not a major box office success, and it received mixed to negative reviews for its somewhat over-the-top premise and execution. However, it gained a cult following due to its unique concept, era-specific charm, and portrayal of early 1990s tech fears. As again, this movie, it's a lot of fun if you are able to get a hold of it, if you're able to find it. I think it was on it might be on Tubi. I revisited via VHS, but I believe I saw it on Tubi. There is a version out there that you can watch for free, so I highly recommend to do so if you're bored and want to just see what was up in the 90s, or just like even like watching a movie nowadays. I was like, that babysitter has put things in my brain from a very young age. I blame her. Ghost in the Machine stands as an interesting relic of early 90s horror, blending slasher elements with the fear of technology. Although it may seem campy or dated by today's standards, it captures the zeitgeist of an era when computers and the internet were beginning to permeate everyday life. For fans of techno horror and nostalgia, it remains a quirky piece of cinematic history that reflects the anxieties of its time. This movie it's a lot of fun. It's really all I got to say on Ghost in the Machine. Sorry, I just got in the mood not to talk about this movie anymore. So we're going to wrap it up. That's it for today. So check out Ghost in the Machine if you have not seen it, and let me know. And also, there was a video that I posted. I forget what video it was, but someone recommended to do a movie. Throw a recommendation at me. I did Kiss, Phantom of the Park one, whatever that movie's called. I did that a lot because a friend he's like, oh, you should talk about that movie. I was like, all right, throw me some suggestions, because I don't really know what movies to talk about. I'm actually going to talk about like music albums that kind of like I recommend for people. We're gonna gonna do that one next. I'm gonna sprinkle that on in because there's life more than just movies. I think I said that right. I need more coffee, and I'm gonna go get more coffee.